Alright, let's give this a try here. What I'm going to show you today is the Night News Challenge scorecards that we're tracking the metrics for each of the 2010 cohort of winners. And what you're looking at here is the framework that we came up with. We described a number of different categories. We've actually decided not to use this, and we're using a Google document that looks like this. And basically, what we're looking for here is the focus area. We've identified the desired outcomes. We've identified our measures of success. And then we've got the data formats coded in here, what we're expecting. These column F here will be filled out by each of the grantees. And in some cases, it's going to be anecdotal comments. In other cases, we're going to populate it with things like Google Analytics. Or in this case, we're going to get the data from a tool called Kaltura. It's the video monitoring system that they use. And what we'll do is essentially we're going to show trend lines. So you'll see the previous score from last month. We're encouraging everyone to do this monthly. You'll see the relative progress, so are they trending upward? And then we've just got a percent change. And these are really just directional numbers. They're meant to help each of the grantees just understand their own progress. So we've got market, audience, and reach, building community engagement, influence and impact, sustainability, the News Challenge community, and other partnerships. So again, a lot of this is anecdotal evidence that's going to be reported manually. But in some cases, I'm going to use a social media tool called Uberview. So here's like percentage of mentions in Twitter, Flickr, blogs, news, and what have you. And let me just give you a quick peek at that tool. So this is the Uberview interface. And let's take a look at the Night News Challenge. So when we click into this, basically what we see here is we see all the mentions over the time period. Default is about a month, so let's go back and look at the last month here, and then just do an apply. And this tool isn't perfect, it doesn't pick up everything, but it does do a pretty decent job of finding some of the news. So it looks like we had a big day here on March 31st, 43 mentions, but over the last month we've got 198 mentions total of the Night News Challenge. That's my keyword that I'm looking for, which you can see right up here. But you can see who mentioned it. You know, they're talking about background information. You got a survey. You can also see the relative influence. So that's a clout score. So the size of this individual's network is large, and it's identified there. We could tag this if we wanted to as call him an influencer. I don't know him, so we'll see. But he's talking about drafting a survey, so maybe he's working on staff. And then really you can, any of these as well, you can look at them and you can go ahead and click through to see kind of what each of the articles was. So, and the list goes on and on. The other things we do is we can look for blog mentions. We could have drilled down on a specific day. We can also see videos, what's happening with videos. Here's, looks like this is about a month ago on the Davis Wiki project. You can see it just takes a minute to load here. But essentially, that's how we're tracking the social media mentions as we keep track of all this. We've got analytics. We'll be sending out reports so we can tell the what the general stats are. You can see the mentions, some sentiment here, shows what's good, and then our share of voice, where are the mentions happening across Twitter, blogs, whether it's in Facebook, and then just a tag cloud. The bigger the word, the more frequent the mention of that word. So that's it.